Wisconsin Foodie would like to thank the following underwriters.
It's National Mustard Day, and what better place to be than downtown Middleton at the National Mustard Museum's Mustard Festival. Now, curator of the National Mustard Museum, former Assistant Attorney General of the state of Wisconsin, Barry Levinson, started his mustard collection in the 1980s as a way of emotionally processing his love for the Boston Red Sox, which we won't hold against him today. He's curated a collection of mustards that warrant the designation museum. And we are here today to taste mustard in its infinite possibilities and get our glizzies gilded with this delicious condiment.
My dream is to get every single mustard made in the world. Although we do have over, 6,900, we're always looking for the next mustard. Well, I came here to Wisconsin to go to law school. I guess I just fell into mustard in 1986 when the Red Sox lost the World Series. So I couldn't sleep. I went to an all-night supermarket on the east side of Madison, and I roamed up and down the aisles, pushing an empty cart, tears running down my cheeks. And when I passed the mustards, I heard this voice: "If you collect us, they will come." I did. They have. End of story. This is what we call the Great Wall of Mustard. Mustards from all 50 states and the District of Columbia. This is the tip of the iceberg as well. Why mustard of all things, and why would anyone come to a mustard museum? And I think the reason is that it's very useful to focus on something that we take for granted and then explode it and see what it really can mean. I think most people do take it for granted. Over here, we have one of my favorite items. This is called the Supreme Court mustard, because before I started collecting mustards and before I started the museum, I was an Assistant Attorney General for the state of Wisconsin, and I argued a case at the U.S. Supreme Court. I had this jar with me when I argued that case, and of course I won. So that was kind of a good luck charm, and I always kept it. You can see that was from 1987. I had no idea that that little jar of mustard would eventually lead to me opening the National Mustard Museum. We now, of course, at the time, I maybe had 50 or 60 different mustards in my very small collection. Right now, we have over 6,900 different mustards from all over the country, all over the world. When you really look at it and look at it carefully, it is art and it is culture. So don't take mustard for granted, please. Okay, you can do whatever you want, but at least we celebrate mustard. Well, I think mustard can also teach us that not only is it an international flavor, but that it may be the pathway to peace. If mustard is common to every nation, then why isn't it also the tool that we could use to bring about world peace? This is Gorman Thomas's Stormin' Sauce, which won a medal, in fact a gold medal, a few years back at the Worldwide Mustard Competition. Gorman, of course, has become a good friend, and he'll be here on National Mustard Day, as he has been for many years. First Saturday in August is always National Mustard Day. We've been celebrating that for 33 years, and it's always the first Saturday in August. Well, Mustard Day has grown for many, many years. Originally, it was a backyard barbecue for friends. Now we expect to see about 6,000 people, crowding the streets and the museum with live music, mustard games, and mustard ice cream. Yeah.
Today we're in Middleton, Wisconsin, and we are going to check out National Mustard Day at the National Mustard Museum. We get to go through and taste and experience the numerous iterations that mustard has to offer. I am so excited to taste my favorite condiment and the backbone of so many brats, mustard.
The mustard man, the mustard man, the mustard man. Have you seen the mustard man with a hot dog in his bun?
I'm here with Barry, the infamous Barry, the curator of the Mustard Museum,
That's correct.
and the founder of this great festival.
This is National Mustard Day, our 34th annual celebration. 34. Got a lot of people here.
Oh man, today's a great turnout. What a beautiful
Perfect.
day. So what are a couple of the highlights that we must try when we're here?
Well, of course, you have to try mustard ice cream made by Chocolate Shop of Madison. Certainly want to taste all the mustards here.
Yeah.
That's part of the reason. You want to play some of the games? You want to buy a raffle ticket?
Yeah, sure.
All right.
To see this community come together
Oh, it's wonderful.
over a condiment is fantastic. It's fantastic. So you said you have almost 7,000 mustards.
Yes.
How many more are left to collect?
I don't know how many mustards there are. I'm sure there are many,
Yes.
and I just want them.
You just want them.
I want them.
So I was reading that mustard seeds go back to like 4,000 years ago. Ancient
Exactly.
Syrians.
Yes.
They were found. And then it was kind of popularized by the Romans, and with the Gauls, it made it up into Paris.
Well, they made it up to Dijon.
All the flavors of the world you've collected and brought right here to Middleton,
Yes.
Wisconsin, under the name of mustard. And I can't thank you enough as a fellow Wisconsinite. You're an ambassador of connection through food, and the people that are here today are a testament to that.
Yeah, I think they are, but I think it shows that people like a festival.
They do. We love our festivals.
Yeah, and that's what we do here
Exactly.
in Middleton, Wisconsin.
Perfect. Barry, thank you so much. You're a good human. I appreciate you.
Oh, being a good human is good.
Yeah, being a good human is great. Exactly. Often goes under-recognized, but I see you, and thank you so much for your work.
And thank you for coming out.
Of course, of course.
One more smile, mustard.
What do you think about ketchup?
Mustard is better. Ketchup sucks. Mustard today, all the way. Woo!
Hi, friend. Tell me a little bit about Braunschweiger.
Yeah, I would love to. So Braunschweiger is also known as liver sausage or liverwurst. What makes Jones Braunschweiger extra special is we mix in our dry-aged bacon. So we age our bacon kind of like a steak where you would hang it or let it get those rich flavors. We do the same thing with our bacon. So we add our dry-aged bacon to the Braunschweiger, giving it a really unique flavor. So we love it. We find that a lot of people love it. It brings like that nostalgia, that feeling of childhood. So we're bringing that to the Mustard Festival.
So I see we have an assortment of Braunschweiger products.
Yep.
Where would you like me to start?
Our Braunschweiger with mascarpone cheese with the Huddlemeyer. So it's going to be a little bit sweeter.
Here it goes. Delicious, first and foremost.
Yes, it's good.
Mild, sweet,
Yep.
subtle.
Creamy.
Creamy, exactly.
Yes. It's kind of the perfect option for like an appetizer, for a crowd. Kids actually love it too.
Mm-hmm.
So great option. This is our pure sliced Braunschweiger, and it's mixed with the Kellys.
Okay.
So that's going to be a little bit stronger.
I like a little liver flavor in my Braunschweiger. I mean, like,
It should be there,
it
right?
should be there,
Should be
exactly.
there.
It's what we're eating. The mustard, the acidic notes really complement
Yep.
the flavors in the Braunschweiger?
So we paired these mustards really specifically to bring out the different flavors and give a nice variety. So I think the Callie's is a really nice addition to it.
Lovely.
So moving down to the Plockmans, so it's a beer mustard, so perfect for Wisconsin, paired with a pretzel with our liver sausage. Yeah, give it a go.
What a unique experience, honestly. Like 3 different mustards,
Yes.
3 different preparations, or
Yep.
2 different preparations of like Braunschweiger. But like this one, the florality in that mustard, the hops in there, catch a really different part of the Braunschweiger. And that one's my favorite.
This
I
one's
love
going to
it.
be pure Wisconsin, right?
Yep.
So you have the beer, you have the mustard, you have Jones Dairy Farm, so Wisconsin-based company. You can't really get more Wisconsin than that.
Seriously.
Yeah.
You and me standing here, all these ingredients,
Yes.
all these lovely people.
Yes.
This is an afternoon
Yes.
in Wisconsin. I'm going to take one more.
Go for
So
it.
good to meet you.
Nice to meet you too, Lou.
Uncle. It feels amazing to be out here today. Like you see that true essence of like community coming together, people from all walks of life. I can't believe how many people I've met from outside the state of Wisconsin who come just for this mustard festival. And you know, it's really pretty low-key chill. I mean, we're all just hanging out here in the street. We're eating a lot of different foods that have mustard as a backbone or a condiment. And it shows the true connective nature of an ingredient like mustard that has stood the test of time for over 4,000 years and still finds its way onto every single Broughton hot dog that I eat. It's good stuff. You can't beat it. Tell us a little bit about this barbecue sauce.
Born and raised in South Carolina. Susie's the same way. So, we miss South Carolina.
I bet.
It's one of a kind. The thing that we have right now is we can find grits,
Yeah.
and shrimp,
Yep.
crabs, the fish and everything else, and this thing right here. And I made a batch, and it was really nice, I thought, until it was too hot. And she says, "We're not having that." So then she says, let me tone it down. She toned it down.
Sure.
And that's what it is right now.
Barbecue shop.
Salud.
Salud. So, quintessential Carolina barbecue flavor. Vinegar, mustard, a little bit of sweetness in the background there. A little bit, just a little bit. But it's got one of those flavor profiles that lingers on your palate. Even those who didn't catch your baseball career are going to catch your barbecue career.
You're going to love it. If you're not, I'm going to pop you. That's what I'm going to do.
I get the old right cross.
Oh, God.
Well, I think it's really great when you see people who have been at that level. You brought so much joy to so many people for so many years, playing the game of baseball. And now you're out here bringing joy to people, bringing them into a little bit of those low country flavors.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you, Gorman.
I appreciate
Keep up the great work. I need one of the mustard, please. It's yours. Yeah. Thank you, friends. Enjoy. It smells like ice cream. So this is the Razzle Dazzle, or more infamously at National Mustard Day, the mustard ice cream. Barry said that this is one of the must-tries. It's fabricated by the chocolate shop right here in Madison. I have no preconceptions. That is funky. The mustard, you kind of get it in the first couple notes, and I can see the mustard seeds in here now that I know what I'm looking for. So you get that classic kind of hit, but surprisingly, or maybe not surprisingly, mustard really, really accents well with the sweetness and the richness of the ice cream. The ice cream itself is just decadent, super luscious. It is kind of an interesting cacophony of flavor. My goodness. I feel like I got fudge, I got caramel, strawberry. This is the bite, if there ever was. That's out of this world. Mustard Days is a very fun, unique celebration of Wisconsin's food community. If you haven't been, get on down here. Check this out. If for nothing else, the mustard ice cream is worth the admission alone. I had a blast at Mustard Fest. And being able to hang out with Barry Levinson and see his passion for the condiment mustard really did open my perspective to how universal mustard really can be. One of the other characters that I had the opportunity to sit down with was Gorman Thomas, a South Carolina native and a former Milwaukee Brewer. He uses his expertise as being a genteel Southerner to make his Stormin' sauce. One of the classic pairings of South Carolina barbecue is pulled pork. So today, we've got a beautiful pork shoulder. I'm gonna take this, I'm gonna score it gently so we can ensure that all the seasoning gets right into the meat. I'm gonna rub in, lots of salt. Next, the black pepper. Now I ground this black pepper relatively coarse. It allows me to make a nice crust. And some dried mushrooms that are a gift from the forest. And now, it's time to give it a kiss on the fire. We want to be able to sear the outside, so that is draw some of the moisture out of this outer layer. And at the same time, add smokiness. This is where we need the smell-o-vision. You get the wood smoke, you get the scent of that pork getting nicely seared on the bottom. My favorite way to eat. This is going to act as my braising vessel today. So we're gonna layer all of our aromatics on the bottom. Everything goes in on this one. It's all about getting as much of the essential oils of these ingredients in the braise as possible. So I've got this bouquet of herbs. To be specific, I have sage, oregano. Oh, look at these, got all these little flowers. And last but not least, just a few tufts of parsley. I'll spread it right out on the bottom. All the braising liquid, all the moisture in this dish, we'll strain all of this off before we actually toss it with that pulled pork, and it'll put that flavor right back in with none of the sticks and stems. That's a life hack if I've ever heard one. No sticks and stems, please. My pork is ready to be transferred to the pan. Here it comes. Nice. Just like that. You may ask yourself, how much apple cider is too much apple cider when braising my pork shoulder? And the answer is, you're never gonna find too much. This is gonna be one bangin' pan of pork. So we're gonna take this and slider into the oven for about 4 or 5 hours, or until that internal temperature reads 175 degrees. There ought to be a law that you can't eat a pulled pork sandwich without slaw. We'd call it the slaw law. I've got these adorable cabbages from the garden. Look at these things. Aren't they cute? We're gonna take and make a coleslaw. Super simple, super easy. What we want is a really, really thin slice on this slaw. Nice little fluffy bowl of cabbage. I'm excited about that. Next up, some apple. You know you're slinging some serious slaw when you're dropping the matchstick of apple in there. So I've got my bowl here. I need to make a little dressing. A little bit of mayo. Let's get a couple spoons out. Oh yeah, you know it's a good mayo when it jiggles like that. Little bit of apple cider vinegar. I prefer the live stuff. Shoop, shoop, shoop. 3 little shoops. Now I'm gonna go sugar. Slaw traditionally has a decent amount of sugar in it. So we're gonna mimic this because you only eat South Carolina pulled pork sandwiches with Gorman Thomas
barbecue sauce and this delicious slaw, and where we're going next with this thing, it's to unknown heights. So we're putting the 3 scoops of sugar in. A little bit of salt, and then black pepper. I like that. Here we go. Going back to the memory of Gorman Thomas's barbecue sauce. It's got vinegar and mustard. I mean, it's a classic South Carolina barbecue. So I want to just make sure that I got a little bit of sweetness holding on here with the apple and the cabbage to accent it, you know? Yeah, that is good. I'm digging on that slaw. Tangy, a little creamy, snappy. That's what I want, a little snap. Something to stand to that pork, which, by the way, we should check here in a minute. Pork's done. Yeah, I'm so excited. This smells so good. Most of the time, I would let this rest. Let it sit in its own juice like this, naturally cool down, but I'm too hungry, and it's time to eat. I got my autographed bottle of the Storm & Gorman. Here we go. That is delicious. You know them, you love them, you can't live without them. These are those sweet, sweet rolls. I'm gonna take and cut straight across. Voila. Get it on this roll. Now we hit it with our slaw. And layer that right on top. Last but not least, I like a little bit of pickle. Who doesn't love pickles in a bag? Oh, and I've got this Storm & Gorman one more time. The sauce, the boss. I can't wait. Here we go. Oh my gosh. That's a delicious pulled pork sandwich. The sweetness and softness of that bun, the richness of the pork, but that sauce, that mustard-based sauce, oh, it's so good. It cuts through everything, and it's just a perfect little sharp edge in there. But man, oh man, with the slaw and the crunch and the pickle, all those things work together. I love all the simple ingredients. I love the simple cooking style, but the flavors that come from it are just enormous. I can see why Barry thinks this is the best way to eat Storm & Gorman sauce. I don't need to say anything more, but this is my second piece. It's that good. It's really that good. Like I can't breathe, it's so good.
You know, I always say it's better to see smiles on faces instead of tags on toes.
Seriously, I mean, that should be a t-shirt. Maybe not for this event, but a
yeah.
t-shirt nonetheless.
First things first. Jeez. Froze on it, hold on.
I always say a bad mustard over a good ketchup anytime.
Wisconsin Foodie would like to thank the following underwriters.